Stop. Don't scroll past this. Whatever you are doing, wherever you are, stop right now. This video did not find you by accident. It was sent. It is a divine intervention. This is not just a message. It is a holy warning and a sacred revelation from God and the Archangel Michael themselves. From these very first moments, an atmosphere of urgency is established, demanding your absolute and undivided attention. Because right now, your destiny is hanging by a thread. God declares that time is trembling. Listen closely to these words. This is not some flowery metaphorical discourse. This is not a poem. This is a profound spiritual reality, a truth unfolding right under your feet, in every fiber of your being, in every beat of your soul. This trembling signals that a critical phase, a turning point in your life, has arrived. One door is about to close, and another is about to open. But between those two doors is a war the heavens have witnessed. Paradise has recorded it all. For months, even years, the angels have observed what a certain witch has been plotting in the shadows. She has whispered your name in secret rituals. She has used your image. She has woven the most venomous curses aimed at the very core of your existence. This shows that these conspiracies are not new. They have been long planned, nurtured by envy and hatred, and recorded by divine forces. Heaven, with its omniscient vision, has seen every action, no matter how secret, no matter how well concealed. And now her final move has begun. Let that sentence sink into your mind. The final move, the endgame. This is not a drill. This is the final battle. This phrase creates a breathtaking sense of urgency, emphasizing that we are at the climax of a spiritual conflict, where the enemy has unleashed her final gambit, a fatal blow intended to extinguish your light forever. The psychological impact of this opening is a shock to your system. It's presented as a direct warning, allowing no room for complacency or hesitation. It gives you no time to think, to analyze. It forces you to focus immediately, to understand that this is not some idle online chatter, but a matter of life and death concerning your personal destiny, your future, and everything you hold dear. This message states unequivocally that this is not just a warning. This is a sacred revelation. What's the difference? A warning tells you about the danger. A sacred revelation gives you the weapons to win. It elevates the importance of the content, turning it into a discovery of destined truth, a key that brings you permanent protection. Therefore, there is no time to breathe a sigh of relief. There is no time for hesitation. There is no room for doubt. This urgency is repeated like an alarm bell in your soul, stressing that every second of delay could bring irreversible, dire consequences. Every time you think, "I'll watch this," later, a link in your shield of protection weakens. You must open this, read every word, and stay until the very end. This is a command, a direct call to action, demanding your complete commitment. Why every word? Because every word in this message is anointed with divine power. They are not lifeless letters. They are warriors of light. Why? Until the very end. Because this entire message is a protective incantation, a ritual of liberation. Missing a part is like building a fortress, but leaving a gate unguarded. These words are intricately linked, forming a comprehensive shield of protection, an impenetrable matrix of light. And here is the promise, the most powerful motivation for you to continue, because what you will know by the final sentence will forever protect everything you are destined to carry. Think about that. Everything, God, that is your favor, the special grace of God that makes everything you do miraculously succeed. That is your future, the brilliant path God has laid out for you. That is your finances, the flow of abundance you deserve to enjoy. And that is your divine beauty. Yes, even your beauty is under siege. This point is particularly significant and shocking because it goes beyond typical material concerns. We are not just talking about physical beauty. We are talking about the light in your eyes, the energy you radiate, the aura that makes others feel warmth and hope when they are near you. The enemy doesn't just want you to look old or tired. The enemy wants to extinguish the very source of light emanating from your soul. This reveals the profound and vicious depth of this attack. So there can be no doubt, God has spoken very clearly. He doesn't use metaphors or veiled words. His voice is as clear as thunder tearing the sky over Sinai. Imagine that power, that undeniable authority. It is the voice that created the universe, and now that voice is speaking directly to you, warning you of an imminent danger. This comparison adds to the gravity and authority of the words, leaving no room for ambiguity or misinterpretation of the threat's nature. And he is not acting alone. Archangel Michael, the great warrior of heaven, the divine protector of the chosen, is standing guard right beside you now. Feel his presence. His flaming sword is drawn, not to threaten you, but to defend you. His presence underscores the nature of a real spiritual battle and heaven's readiness to intervene in the most powerful way. But here is the peak of the urgency, the moment that makes all of heaven hold its breath. Michael turns to God the Father, and in a voice trembling with the weight of responsibility and deep concern, he vows, "Father, if they do not listen this time, I may not be able to hold her back any longer." Let that truth sink in. The voice of Michael, the mightiest archangel, is trembling. This conveys a deep sense of anxiety, a terrifying truth. Even the most powerful forces in the celestial realm need human cooperation. Your free will is a sacred law that even Michael must respect. He can fight for you, but he cannot believe for you. He cannot choose for you. His vow is a plea, a supplication, emphasizing the paramount importance of your own obedience and free will in this very moment. Yes, this is how serious this is. This final affirmation closes every door of doubt. It reinforces the stakes, not allowing you to take this message lightly or dismiss it. The matter is no longer maybe or perhaps. It is real, and it is happening. Right now, the veil will be lifted. It is time for you to face the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. This section will delve into exposing the identity and true nature of the enemy, a cunning witch who has been operating secretly within your own life. First, let this truth be etched into your mind. Witches are real. This is not a character from a fairy tale. This is not a metaphor for mean-spirited people. We are talking about a real person, one who practices dark magic with the clear intention of harming you. Accepting this stark reality is the first and most crucial step, as it forces you to confront a tangible and very personal threat. She has skin like a rose, but thoughts as venomous as a cobra. This contrasting imagery is extremely powerful and precise. On the outside, she is all sweetness and light. Her smile, her words, her gestures are all designed to charm, to disarm you. She may be the most trustworthy-looking person, the one with the most saintly appearance, but that is just a mask. Beneath that charming and harmless exterior lies a soul filled with malice, a mind constantly scheming, weaving plots as deadly as a cobra's venom. And worse, she knows your name. This statement delivers a powerful blow to your sense of security. The threat is no longer an abstract, distant concept. It has your name on its lips. In the spiritual world, knowing your name means she has a direct channel to your energy. It personalizes the threat to a frightening degree, implying a level of invasion and personal control you are unaware of. She is a shapeshifter. A sweet face in front of everyone, but one that turns sour behind closed doors. The concept of a shapeshifter highlights an incredible ability to hide her true nature. When you are there, She is your biggest supporter. When you turn your back, that face contorts into a sneer of envy. The contrast between her public and private persona is a clear warning of the deepest deception. Think back. Is there someone like this in your life? She walks in your circle, she has smiled at you. She even prayed for you once. This is what makes the betrayal so excruciatingly painful. The enemy is not a stranger. The enemy is someone you have allowed into your space, someone you have trusted. It could be a friend, a relative, a colleague, the person who patted you on the back, who offered words of encouragement. But hear this truth. Those prayers were not prayers. They were weapons. Every good luck was actually a curse for failure. Every I hope you'll be happy was actually a hex for sorrow. She hides in plain sight. This is the pinnacle of cunning. She doesn't hide in the shadows. She stands right under the light, right beside you, and it is that very proximity that makes her invisible. You have grown so accustomed to her presence that you no longer recognize the danger. Her texts are casual, but her intentions are calculated. She asks you, "How have you been?" Not because she cares. She is checking. She is gathering data. She is seeing if her curse has taken effect. Every text, every call is an act of espionage. Prepare for this shocking detail. She once hugged you with the very hands that had just anointed your photograph with oil. Imagine the revulsion of that act. A hug, a symbol of love and trust, was defiled by dark magic. The hands that performed the ritual to curse you were the same hands that touched you, transferring negative energy in the most direct way. She asks. You questions not to help, but to monitor how far her curse has come. When she asks, "How's the new job?" she wants to know if the curse blocking your career has been effective. When she asks, "Is your relationship okay?" she is checking to see if her spell of division has begun to work. Every interaction is part of a plan to monitor and assess the effectiveness of her spiritual attacks. And when she sees you stumble, she smiles alone in her room. This is her true portrait. A malicious being who finds joy in your pain. Your tears are her wine. Your failure is her victory. This image reinforces her malevolent nature and her sadistic pleasure in the suffering. She herself has caused doubt. She is the one whom you keep trusting, who smiles when you cry and claims to be your supporter. This is a deliberate repetition to emphasize the betrayal from within your circle of trust, making the realization all the more painful and urgent. You must open your eyes. Right now, we will now go deeper into the darkness to expose not just the nature, but the specific actions of the witch. This is what has been happening behind your back in realms you cannot see. She whispered your name last night under the full moon. The full moon is a time when magical power is amplified. The use of your name and this specific timing indicates a deliberate rule, a meticulously planned attack, not an impulsive act. She has your personal items. She keeps a strand of your hair, a photograph, a memento, something that once touched your skin. In magic, these are called taglocks. They create a powerful energetic link, like a spiritual address, allowing her to send curses directly to you without hindrance. It could be a gift you gave her, an item you left behind, or something she secretly took dot, and with those items, she spoke the ugliest vow, a curse designed to destroy you from the inside out. Let them forget who they are. Let their mirrors turn to dust. Let even those who love them cease to recognize them. Let's break down this horrific curse. Let them forget who they are. This is an attack on your identity, your self-worth, your life's purpose. It makes you feel lost, confused, no longer knowing who you are or what you want. Let their mirrors turn to dust. This is an attack on your self-perception and beauty. It makes you hate your own reflection, seeing only flaws, feeling ugly and worthless. Let even those who love them cease to recognize them. This is the most cruel blow, an attack on your relationships. It sows misunderstanding, distance, causing even your loved ones to start seeing you differently, feeling you are strange and unapproachable. And she thought she had succeeded. She saw you begin to doubt yourself. She saw your relationships fray. She saw the light in your eyes dim. The witch's smugness and belief in her own power were at their peak. But that was precisely when heaven decided to intervene. This war did not start yesterday. Before you were even born, the enemy saw your anointing. This means your great destiny was determined before you even existed on this earth. The enemy, the forces of darkness, saw the potential, the light, and the favor God had placed upon you. They knew you were born to do great things. The enemy saw the oil that would flow from your voice, your hands, your mind. The oil here is a symbol of divine gifts. Your voice can heal and inspire. Your hands can create wonderful things. Your mind can conceive world-changing ideas. The enemy saw all of that, and they were afraid. And so, a woman was marked to sabotage you. Yes, beloved, this is generational. This is a shocking truth. This witch is not just acting out of personal jealousy. She is a tool, a pawn in a larger conspiracy, a destructive current passed down from one generation to the next in her lineage, aimed at preventing the radiance of chosen ones like you. She may not be fully aware, but she is carrying out a dark, assigned mission. What is her ultimate goal? She wants to take not just your material wealth, but your divine signature. Money and success are just the surface. What she truly covets is your divine essence, something that cannot be bought with money. Your beauty carries divine codes. Your voice, your gait, your aura all carry instructions from heaven. This is a completely new definition of beauty. It's not just the lines on your face. It is the manifestation of divine energy and will. Your beauty is a vibrational frequency, a song from heaven. When someone sees you, they feel hope, strength, warmth. Your light is a gift to the world. And that is precisely why the witch hates you. She hates it because when she enters a room, the light dims, but when you enter, the whole room takes a new breath. Your presence is an exposure of her darkness. This contrast highlights a deep existential jealousy towards your light and positive influence. So she decided she had to take it from you. She cannot create light herself, so she seeks to steal it. She wants to destroy your radiance, so she can usurp the attention and admiration you receive naturally in her rituals. She is full of hypocrisy. She wears white, pretending to be pure. She speaks your name in chants, pretending to pray. She looks up at the sky, pretending to believe. This is the most vile blasphemy. She uses the symbols of holiness to conceal the most wicked deeds. She is a wolf in sheep's clothing, a hypocrite to the core. Her hypocrisy is so foul that even the moon turned its back on her, and the stars trembled, because even the elements know when someone is trying to steal glory. Nature, the universe, recognizes the injustice in her actions. The entire cosmos knows she is a thief. She wants to walk with your favor, to take your spiritual robes and wear them as if she had earned them. This is a powerful image of usurpation and spiritual identity theft. She wants others to look at her and see you. She wants to receive the praise meant for you, the opportunities meant for you. On the night of the eclipse, she offered a sacrifice with your name on a black candle. The eclipse is a time when the veil between worlds thins, a powerful time for both light and darkness. Her use of this time, along with a black candle, a symbol of dark magic, and your name, indicates a ritual of great power and malicious intent. And her obsession doesn't stop there. She paid money, yes, real money, to dig into your past. Her willingness to spend money shows the level of her commitment to finding a way to bring you down. She hired investigators, searched for weaknesses, secrets, anything that could be used against you. She wanted to expose your mother's lineage, to find any crack in your bloodline to send a serpent through. This is a sophisticated and insidious attack. She knows that sometimes generational curses and weaknesses can exist in a family line. She was looking for a spiritual back door to attack you, and she found one. She found one, a distant relative who once dabbled in darkness. She used that door. She summoned that ancestral spirit and said, "Let me use the same path." This is one of the most terrifying revelations. She has exploited a weakness in her family history, connecting with negative energies from the past to attack you in the present. This might be why you feel like you're fighting battles that aren't yours, carrying unexplainable burdens. But she still didn't stop. Recently, she tried again. She held the necklace you wear and cried, "Let them break." This is a new attack, aimed at your personal items, your relationships, your projects. With the intent to cause fracture and disintegration, she cast a silence upon your tongue. This is why you sometimes feel inhibited, unable to speak your truth, unable to defend yourself. Your throat feels tight. The words won't come out. That is not shyness. It is a spell, and you must know this. She is not acting alone. There is a man helping her. This revelation makes the conspiracy larger and more frightening than you thought. Your enemy has an accomplice. This man is also in your circle. He once praised you, said you inspired him, once asked how you stay so strong. Once again, it is deception. Those compliments were just a cover for envy and a way to gather information. But when you turned your back, he spoke your name with venom. They meet every Wednesday, pretending to be healers or guides, but their goal is destruction. They create a respectable front, a fake spiritual group, to hide their true destructive purpose. They may call themselves light workers, but their hearts are filled with darkness, and their latest plot took place very recently. She began the ritual to take what is divinely yours last night while you were sleeping. She attacked you in your most vulnerable moments, when your conscious mind was at rest. She burned a candle anointed with the oil of envy and whispered prayers from a stolen book. These details reinforce the image of a systematic black magic ritual, the oil of envy. A stolen book, meaning this knowledge does not belong to her. It is forbidden's dark knowledge. She called upon forces of control and drew a symbol with your initial. Her goal is to control your life, to manipulate your thoughts and actions. Your initial was used as a tool to bind your energy. One of her most wicked tactics. She mimics what is beautiful in you so that others begin to confuse you with her. She copies the way you talk, the way you dress, your ideas. This is an attempt to dim your light and usurp your reputation. She has stolen your words. She repeats your ideas to others and pretends they are hers. This is intellectual and creative theft. She wants to receive recognition for what you have created. She has sabotaged relationships by sowing doubt. She will say things in passing to your friends. "Have you noticed your name has been a bit strange lately?" Or, "I'm so worried about your name." These seemingly concerned words are actually toxic seeds of doubt. The level of her surveillance is alarming. She watches you in silence. She knows when you post, what you wear, even the plans you want to manifest. She is obsessed with your life. Every piece of information she gathers is used to fine-tune her attacks for maximum effectiveness. In short, she is trying to block you in the spiritual realm, binding your energy and making offerings so she can usurp the glory that belongs to you. This is a full-scale war. Remember, she doesn't just want your money. She wants your face, your light, your relationships, your favor, and even your beauty. This is a comprehensive attack on every aspect of who you are. Your beauty is a spiritual weapon. It is not just physical, it is radiant. That's why it's a major target. Your beauty is a source of spiritual power. It attracts light, favor, and good things. When she attacks your beauty, she is trying to cut off your supply of blessings. Your soul shines through your eyes and touches those you meet. That's why people remember you. That's why you have influence. And that's why she wants to steal that essence. She sows seeds of insecurity in your mind. She wants you to self-destruct from within. She whispers lies in your ear, making you believe you're not good enough, not beautiful enough, not smart enough. She copies your style. She watches your posts and recreates them. This behavior shows an obsession and a desire to be you, but in a wicked and empty way. She sends bad energy into your home. She curses your mirrors so you begin to hate your own reflection. This is a direct attack on your personal space and self-love. Your home, which should be a safe haven, has been compromised. She laughs when she hears you talk about spiritual protection. She thinks your prayers are weak. This is her arrogance. She scoffs at your faith, underestimates your strength, and most importantly, underestimates the power of heaven protecting you. This arrogance will be her downfall. She buried something under a tree near your house. This detail reinforces her use of black magic and specific rituals to create a constant field of negative energy around you, affecting your living environment. She paid that man to speak ill of you. This is an attack on your reputation. She and her accomplice are actively spreading rumors and lies to destroy your image in the eyes of others. She has whispered your name in darkness, whispered it over flames, calling on spirits to bind your joy, your wealth, your confidence, your beauty. This is a summary of her comprehensive spiritual assault, targeting every positive aspect of your life. She placed something near your name, something unholy, and it has activated delays in your life. This is the explanation for the feeling of stagnation you've experienced. That unholy object acts as an anchor, holding back your progress. The moment you told her about your plans, she activated resistance. This is a rule you must recognize. When you share good news or your future plans with her, you are unknowingly handing her a weapon. Her envious energy immediately creates spiritual obstacles. That's why your good plans often fall apart or face difficulties right after you share them. She sows drama. She reaps attention. She plays with tears, and when things get bad, she disappears like smoke. This is the behavior of a classic manipulator. She loves creating chaos, being the center of attention, but is completely irresponsible for the consequences she causes. All these plots and actions have created tangible consequences in your life. Perhaps you have felt them, but couldn't name them. Now, everything will become clear. You have sat in silence, confused why nothing was working. You did everything right. You put in the effort. You prayed, but things still seemed stuck. This feeling was not your imagination. It was the result of spiritual resistance. Why some blessings would rise and then vanish. You get a great opportunity, then it suddenly disappears. You meet a wonderful person, then they suddenly turn cold. The frustration of good things never lasting is a clear sign of interference. Why? Your strength sometimes vanishes overnight. You wake up feeling drained of energy for no reason. Your enthusiasm and motivation suddenly disappear. This is the result of your energy being siphoned off in the spiritual realm, and your reflection feels alien. This is directly related to her curse. When you look in the mirror, you no longer recognize yourself. You feel a distance from your own being. This is one of the most painful signs. You started losing things, friends grew cold, jobs slipped through your fingers. Your joy became harder to maintain. These are specific, measurable signs of the curse, directly impacting your life. It attacks your relationships, career, and emotional state. People started misunderstanding you for no reason, and worst of all, some started to turn away, feeling something was off, even though you did nothing wrong. Her curse creates a negative fog around you, causing others to perceive you incorrectly. This social isolation and feeling of being unjustly alienated were orchestrated by her. You felt strange urges to stay silent lately, as if something was telling you to isolate. This is the suppression of your light, the suppression of your roar. The enemy wants you to be quiet and withdraw, because when you shine and speak up, you become powerful and dangerous to them. Don't pay attention to the strange feeling you get around certain people, those who drain you for no reason, who are overly curious about your life, who repeat your words and try to mirror your light. These are the signs for you to recognize the witch and those she manipulates. Your gut, your spirit, is trying to warn you. That is why people who once loved you suddenly became distant. That is why your plans stalled, why strange obstacles appeared right after you spoke of something good. Heaven is confirming it for you. It's not your imagination. There is a cause behind all of this. The delay in your destiny was not random. It was orchestrated. Let this sentence free you from the burden of self-blame. You are not lazy. You are not incompetent. You are under attack. Rejecting the idea of mere bad luck and affirming that every delay was intentional is a crucial step to reclaiming your power. You have cried. You have prayed. You have asked God, "What is happening? Why me?" You have pleaded for clarity. This is your answer. This message is a direct response to your most secret prayers. It is the light you have been searching for in the darkness. You always thought she just had a difficult personality. You were wrong. She is not confused. She is calculated. This is a painful but necessary awakening. You made excuses for her behavior, chalking it up to her character. Now you know the truth. Every action she took was intentionally malicious. Your plans fell through. Your good news turned to sorrow. That was not you. That was the curse, and that curse came from her. Read that sentence again. Let it set you free. The burden is not yours. The failure is not your fault. Now that you know the true source of the problem, you can begin to heal and fight back. While the witch was busy with her wicked schemes, she made a fatal mistake. She thought no one was watching. She thought her actions were hidden in darkness. But she forgot there is a light that no darkness can hide. This section reveals how heaven, through God and Archangel Michael, has observed, recorded, and is now acting to counter the witch's plots. There was a meeting in the spirit realm. A divine court was convened. Imagine the scene. In a space beyond time and matter, the highest forces of the universe gathered. This was no ordinary event. A divine court is only convened when a grave injustice has occurred, when a chosen soul is being illegally attacked. And in that momentous trial, your name was called. Let that sink in. Among billions of souls, your name was called out. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are the focus of heaven's attention. Your pain has been heard. Your prayers have been answered. Then a dramatic event occurred. Archangel Michael stepped forward. A silence fell over the courtroom. He, the general of the heavenly hosts, your protector, stepped forward with a solemn expression. He struck his sword upon the throne room floor and said, "This is an injustice." The clang of the flaming sword echoed throughout the heavens. It was a sound of divine indignation, a declaration that a line had been crossed. This powerful act by Michael represents heaven's uncompromising intervention against the injustice you have endured. And then Michael presented your case. He said, in a clear and powerful voice, the one they trust is the one starting the fires around their life. The delay in their destiny is not random. It is orchestrated. Michael not only exposed the witch, he validated the deepest suspicions in your heart. He told the entire heavenly court that your struggles were not accidental. They were the result of a malicious plot to make things crystal clear. Michael showed an image. You, sitting in silence, confused why nothing was working. Heaven saw you in your loneliest moments, in your silent tears, in your desperate confusion. Heaven's empathy for you is infinite. They don't just know about your pain. They feel it got, and then Michael revealed a deeper truth. The answer is not in the physical. It is hidden in a spiritual war that began long before you were born. This revelation completely changes your perspective. The problems you are facing are not personal failures. They are battles in a larger war, a war between light and darkness that has spanned generations. And you are on the front lines. After his presentation, Michael turned towards you across the realms and issued an urgent call, a sacred deadline. Open this before 2 minutes pass, or the seal will close, and even heaven may need to use another method. Why the time limit? Because the enemy is acting fast. Because this is a critical moment, a window of opportunity. If you miss it, if you let hesitation win, this gate of direct intervention may close. Heaven will not abandon you, but the rescue process could become much more difficult and complex. This urgency emphasizes that you have a unique chance to cooperate with heaven and end this war once and for all. The witch, in her arrogance, was completely unaware of this trial. She did not know this moment would come. She did not know that God, watching you sleep, had assigned angels to fully document her actions, and now the file is being opened. Imagine a massive scroll, meticulously recorded by angels. Every action, every word, every malicious thought of the witch was documented. God's omniscience is absolute. No evil deed goes unseen. No curse whispered in the dark is not recorded. In the light of heaven, do you know what it says? That file is incredibly detailed. It says that on the night of the eclipse, she offered a sacrifice with your name on a black candle. The date, time, location, items all recorded. It says that she paid money, yes, real money, to dig into your past. Even the most secret financial transactions are known. The amount, the recipient, the purpose, all clear. It records how she found one, a distant relative who once dabbled in darkness. She used that door. She summoned that ancestral spirit and said, "Let me use the same path." This file records not just actions, but words, intentions, and the very details of how the witch exploited spiritual loopholes in your lineage. All the evidence has been gathered. The case has been built. Her exposure is inevitable. After the evidence was presented, God, the Most High, delivered his verdict. A single word echoed through the heavens, a word carrying the power of creation and destruction. Enough. This is a powerful declaration of the end of the period of suffering. God's patience has a limit, not because he is weak, but because he waits for the perfect moment to act, the moment when his justice will be displayed most gloriously. And now, that moment has come. God continued to speak, and these words are for you. I allowed it long enough to show you who she was, but now I will reverse everything that was stolen. This is a crucial revelation. God did not cause your pain, but he allowed it for a short time with a purpose, so you could recognize your true enemy, so you would no longer naively trust the wolf in sheep's clothing. The lesson has been learned. Now is the time for restoration. And here is the promise of justice. I will expose her publicly. I will make her voice tremble when she speaks your name. Her power is based on secrecy. When she is exposed, that power will vanish. God promises that she will lose her power, especially when facing you. Your name will become a source of strength for you and a source of fear for her. God says you will not be buried under her jealousy. You will rise on her magic. This is not just a promise of survival. This is a declaration of dominance. You will not only escape her spells, you will use them as stepping stones to climb even higher. While God spoke, Michael acted. He recounted, "I saw her last night. She tried again. She held the necklace you wear and cried, 'Let them break.' But I drew my sword and said, 'No more.' This is direct and powerful intervention. Michael stood between you and the latest curse. He stopped it. His flaming sword severed the cord of negative energy she was trying to send to you. After blocking the attack, Michael then flew to you and whispered, 'Be strong. Read the signs. The truth is coming, beloved. The truth is here now.' Michael is not just a warrior. He is a messenger, a guide. He is providing personal support, encouraging you and showing you how to recognize the signs of the coming deliverance, that all of heaven is on your side. A unanimous shout rings out, 'Not this one, not my child, not now, not ever.' This is a powerful declaration of absolute divine protection. You have been marked by heaven, and no force in the universe can change that. However, there is a condition. God is testing your obedience, because if you ignore this, if you ignore what Michael has pleaded with you not to ignore, her curse will find an open door. The final responsibility still lies with you. God's protection is like a fortress, but you must choose to stay inside it. If you deliberately step outside through disobedience, you put yourself in danger. And here is the fundamental principle you need to understand. It is the law of spiritual warfare. What is not resisted persists, but what is exposed is dethroned. Your silence and inaction have inadvertently allowed the witch's power to exist. But the moment you bring it to light, through your awareness and cooperation with this message, that power will be stripped away. Exposure is the key to defeat. Rest assured. Heaven does not sleep, and Archangel Michael is not silent. Their vigilance is constant. Their action is relentless. The moment she spoke your name, heaven marked her for exposure. Every action the witch took against you immediately triggered a response from heaven. She brought judgment upon herself. God's mercy overrides her manipulation. Every plot, every spell, every curse of hers is futile against the supreme power of God. It's like a drop of ink trying to stain the entire ocean. Her name has been written in the book of Revelation. This is a sacred record of evildoers, those who will be judged and held accountable for their actions. The time has come for divine judgment. She will not walk free after this unless you abandon your calling. This statement places the power in your hands. Her future depends on your decision. If you stand firm in your purpose, she will be dealt with. If you give up, you will give her an escape route. The only way her deception can continue is if you continue to protect her with your silence. If you continue to make excuses for her, if you ignore this warning and allow her to remain close, this clearly defines your role. You must stop making excuses for her. You must stop rationalizing her behavior. You must cut her off. But if you allow heaven to act, if you allow the angels to move, she will fall before your eyes. She will confess. This promise brings great hope for deliverance and the public revealing of the truth. You don't have to fight this alone. You just have to allow it. God speaks these words of comfort directly to your heart. My child, do not think I have not seen your tears. Do not think I have turned my face from your suffering. He was there, in every moment of despair, in every long, lonely night. I have watched you try to hold on to people who are only there to collect your light. God recognizes that your kindness and sacrifice have been taken advantage of. I have seen you help them, even as they mocked you behind closed doors. God sees your nobility in the face of betrayal. I have seen you pray for them while they worked against your blessings. Even the most hidden actions of the witch did not escape God's sight. But your season of enduring betrayal is ending. I am stepping in, and I will not let her win. This is the final declaration, a firm guarantee of the end of the cycle of pain and God's decisive intervention to ensure your victory. The witch's power has already begun to crumble. Her charms have failed. The mirror she used cracked when she whispered your name this last time. Her tools are turning against her. The energy of divine protection around you is so strong that her magic is being repelled. Her spellbook burned at the edges as she tried to summon favor over your life, a clear sign of failure. The sacred fire of God is consuming her dark efforts, and now she is desperate. The witch's desperation is the best sign that her power is ending. She is losing control, and she knows it. She is contacting others who know you, trying to find allies to sow chaos. This is the last-ditch effort of a drowning person trying to pull others down with her. But it is too weak and too late, because the Lord of hosts has already sounded the trumpet. Her time is up. The trumpet signals victory. The game is over. The light has won. God speaks to free you from unnecessary burdens. You never have to shrink to please others. You never have to dim your favor. You never have to apologize for how I have chosen you. Stand tall, shine bright, be the person you were born to be. Those who love you will celebrate your rise. Those who conspire against you will fall by their own hand. This is a prophecy of divine justice. Your supporters will share in your joy, and your enemies will self-dash. Destruct. Michael reconfirms his surveillance. I saw her when she entered that room and called your name in a curse. I saw her when she buried that object under the tree near your house. I saw her when she paid that man to speak ill of you. Nothing escapes his sight. But today I lift the veil, God declares. Her chapter ends now. Your story begins again. This is a new beginning, a clean slate. The past has been dealt with. The future is wide open. Do not grieve her departure. Celebrate your freedom. You never have to carry your burdens. This advice directs you towards complete liberation from all of the witch's influence and energy. Michael reveals the extent of the invisible protection you have received. I have fought battles on your behalf that you never even saw. I have stood between you and forces that wanted to erase you. You are never alone. Even when you felt your weakest, you are mightily protected. I witnessed her try to summon your silence, but I covered your voice. Michael protected your voice. I diverted the curses into ash. Michael's power neutralized countless attacks. Now, beloved, listen closely. This is your spiritual court. This is the verdict. She is guilty. Her sentence begins now. The sentence is clear and decisive. Heaven is no longer whispering. It is screaming your name. The level of urgency and clarity of the message has reached its absolute peak. Michael is here, right now. Michael stands before you, wings trembling, voice shaking, eyes full of divine sorrow and fire. He grieves for the betrayal you have endured, but his eyes burn with the determination to execute justice. Her web was only strong when you were unaware, but now you are being made aware, and that changes everything. Your awareness is the weapon that has broken every chain. She wants you to ignore this message, because if you don't see it, she wins. This reinforces the vital importance of you receiving this message. The moment you chose to stay and read, something began to break. Something began to shatter right now in the spirit realm. The process of liberation began the instant you decided to listen. Archangel Michael is placing a divine mirror before her, and the spirits she sent to monitor you are turning against her. This is a powerful image of divine justice. The witch's own tools are turning on her. The dark spirits she summoned are now revealing her secrets to heaven. They are revealing her location, her intentions, her name. You might feel a strange chill. That is confirmation. Heaven is at work. The witch has been exposed. This physical sensation is a direct sign that a major energetic shift is happening around you. Her altar is trembling. The flame she lit has been snuffed out. Her incantations are beginning to fail. The physical signs of failure are occurring in her space. Her power is being neutralized. Why? Because your name is protected. Because light always wins. This is the final, unshakable truth. The exposure has happened in the spiritual realm. Now is the time for tangible results. This is the central part of the message, with a promise of reversal, restoration, and justice is delivered specifically and powerfully. God speaks the clearest and most powerful promise. I will reverse everything that was stolen. This is not just restoration. This is a reversal. That means not only will what was lost be returned, but the negative energy sent to you will be transformed into positive energy and multiplied many times over. I restore your words again. I anoint your thoughts again. I command your mirror to reflect divine radiance again. The restoration is comprehensive. Your words, the cursed silence, will be replaced with confidence and power. You will be able to speak your truth clearly and strongly. Your thoughts, confusion, and self-doubt will be replaced with clarity and divine wisdom. Your reflection. Self-hatred will be replaced with love and acceptance. You will look in the mirror and see a beloved child of God, radiant and beautiful. And this process is not slow. You are being restored not slowly, but now, right now. At this very moment, as you are reading these lines, the energy of restoration is flowing into your life. You may even feel a heat that is Michael standing behind you. He is protecting this message from interference. This physical sensation is a sign of divine presence. It is the purifying and protective fire of Michael enveloping you, ensuring no force can prevent you from receiving this message in its entirety. And now, the prophecy of the enemy's downfall. God says, let fire fall on their plans, and it will. Within 7 days, you will hear something shocking. This is a specific prophecy. Pay attention to what happens in the coming week. Either someone will confess, or an unexpected event will occur that unmasks them. The exposure will come, either through their own confession or through an external event they cannot control. The truth will be brought to light. The consequence of this exposure will be a social realignment. Those who doubted you will come to you for forgiveness. Those who misunderstood, you will see the truth and feel remorse. You will not be confused about who loves you and who is jealous of you. This clarity is an immense blessing. The fog will be lifted, and you will see people's hearts clearly. God affirms your value. I created you with a light so brilliant that, even in a crowd of thousands, heaven can recognize you instantly. You are unique. You are special. Your light cannot be hidden. The witch's weakness is now clear. Her power was only strong when it was unseen. Now that God has revealed her, she is weak, and the law of divine karma will be enforced. What she sent out will return to her house. What she cursed will rise and speak against her. Every bit of negative energy she created will return to its source. Her alliances will shatter. Her hidden helpers will betray her. Her dark network will collapse from within. Her voice will tremble when your name is mentioned. Her dreams will be haunted by the truth. She will live in fear and torment. Heaven makes a clear distinction. This is not revenge. This is divine justice. Revenge comes from the ego. Justice comes from God. It is not intended to cause suffering, but to restore balance. You will feel the change immediately. You will start to feel peace again, not because things have changed, but because the air has been cleared. The heaviness will lift, the fog will dissipate. The feeling of being oppressed and stuck will be released. People will suddenly start to contact you. You will start to receive apologies from people you didn't even know had turned against you. The restoration of relationships will be a tangible sign. It is not a coincidence. It is a spiritual alignment. Your name is being cleansed in the rooms where it was harmed. Your reputation is being restored. Your energy is being restored. Your eyes will sparkle again. Your beauty will shine again. Your money will flow again. Your destiny is now unlocked. This is a series of comprehensive blessings. Health, finances, life purpose, all are being freed from their chains. The final confirmation. The curse is broken. The spell has failed, and the witch has been exposed. Michael guides you to recognize the internal signs. Do you feel that shift? That sudden peace flooding your chest? That stillness in your soul? It's not just relief, it is spiritual alignment. A new layer of protection has been established. The angels have placed a hedge of protection around your home, around your relationships, around your thoughts. You are in a fortress of light. You will sleep peacefully tonight. The nightmares are over. The strange sounds, the shadows in the corner of your eye, the cold drafts all gone because her access has been denied. Deliverance from nightly disturbances and attacks. She may still try, she may still pretend, but you are now untouchable. You have been raised to a higher vibrational frequency where her low energy cannot reach. Why? Because God has declared you His. Because Michael has placed his seal upon you. Because heaven has seen your heart. Your sacred relationship is the ultimate protection. Hear this declaration of freedom. You are not guilty. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are rising. And no power, no enemy, no spell, no person can stop what God is about to do. For you, what they meant for evil, God will turn for good. What was meant to destroy you will backfire so powerfully that that witch will regret ever speaking your name. This is the promise of the greatest reversal. Your enemy has unknowingly provided the fuel for your ascension. Within the next 72 hours, you will see her unmasked. An even more specific time frame is given. Watch, the final exposure is coming. Very quickly, God says you are free. She will not touch you again. The declaration of complete and permanent freedom. Michael describes the witch's current state. She has lost control. That is why she is desperate. She is making calls. She is texting others. She is crying behind closed doors because her plan is falling apart. She is panicking. She thought she could keep hiding, but her exposure is coming through your obedience. Her exposure is directly connected to your actions. If you honor this message, if you listen to what heaven is saying now, she will be silenced. She will be brought to her knees. The direct result of your obedience is the witch's complete failure and submission. God says, I will not allow her to mock your anointing. I will not allow your destiny to be diverted any longer. God's will is unstoppable. Heaven's intervention is all-powerful, but it requires your cooperation. For the deliverance to be complete, you need to take certain actions and follow specific instructions. This is your part in this war. You must stay here. You must know she hides in plain sight. Continuing to listen and absorb this message is a prerequisite. Don't leave halfway through. A reminder once more. God is also testing your obedience, because if you ignore this, her curse will find an open door. Your safety is directly linked to your obedience. Remember this law. It is the law of spiritual warfare. What is not resisted persists, but what is exposed is dethroned. Your job is to bring it to light with your awareness. Your job now is simple. Do not delay your destiny. Do not let fear paralyze you. Do not let confusion replace your calling. Do not delay. Act on what this message requires. Do not fear. Are protected. Believe it. Do not be confused. The truth has been revealed. Hold on to that clarity. Because you were born for such a time as this, not just to survive, but to expose, to rise, to shine. This is your higher purpose. You are not a victim. You are a warrior of light. You must receive this full warning. The entire message. No skipping. If you believe in God, type Amen. This is an act of faith, a way for you to declare your agreement with heaven. Typing Amen is not just a comment. It is a spiritual declaration. It tells the universe, I agree, I accept, I believe. You must act now because this woman has crossed a line that even demons fear. Her evil has reached an extreme level. The urgency is absolute. You must act now because this woman, yes, the one you keep forgiving, has crossed a line that even demons fear. Your forgiveness is a virtue, but in the face of an unrepentant evil, it has unwittingly allowed her to go too far. It is time to set a boundary, but do not panic. That is why this message came to you in the final 2 minutes, because if you hear this and you believe, the trap will be reversed. It is not too late. Your belief is the key to reversing everything. Her control is only strong when you are unaware, but now you are being made aware, and that changes everything. Your awareness is your most powerful weapon. She wants you to ignore this message, because if you don't see it, she wins. This emphasizes the importance of not ignoring it. But the moment you chose to stay and read, something began to break. Something began to shatter right now in the spirit realm. The result of your obedience is immediate. You must be awake. You must not fall asleep. You must not ignore this sign. Be vigilant. Watch. When it happens, you must not listen to her words. Look at her actions. This is a crucial piece of advice for discernment. The witch is a master of verbal deception. Do not believe her apologies or excuses. Look at her actual actions. You must follow divine instruction. You must separate from her. This is a clear command. Cut off all contact. Block her number, social media. No meetings, no replies. Complete separation. Do not engage in arguments with her. Do not try to expose her with your own hands. This is an important strategic piece of advice. Do not try to confront her directly. That will only create more drama and chaos. Let heaven handle the exposure. Your job is to be silent and walk away. You must act now. You must believe me. You must let her go. 3 specific action steps. Act, cleanse, separate, believe in the message and protection. And let go of all ties to her. You must not go back when I show you who she is. Believe me. When the truth is fully revealed, you must not soften. You must not pity her. You must not go back to help her. You must walk away. This is a difficult but necessary instruction. Your compassion might make you want to help her when she falls. Do not. It's a trap. Your job is to protect your freedom. Michael says, you must open this with your whole heart right now. If you do, I promise she will be exposed. But I cannot reveal her if you turn away now. Again, your consent is the prerequisite. Your awareness is needed. Your spirit must rise now. This is a call for an inner awakening. This is not fear-mongering. This is an awakening. This is divine wisdom being downloaded into your soul. Redefine the nature of this message. It's not to scare you, but to empower you. Michael is calling you to awaken now. He is placing divine protection on you, but he needs your consent. Your soul must agree. God will never force you. You must say yes, even in the silence, even through a whisper. God, I open this. I receive it. I believe. That is enough. A simple but powerful prayer. Say it now. That is what opens the floodgates of heaven's help. The final blow must come from your will. You must say yes to the truth. You must allow heaven to tear the veil. You must choose to open your eyes. Here is a specific physical action for you to perform, to merge spiritual energy with the physical world. You must cleanse your room tonight before you sleep. Your space needs to be cleared of any residual negative energy. You can use incense smoke, sage, or simply open a window and pray. Light a white candle. A white candle is a symbol of purity, light, and divine protection. Say this out loud. Heaven's truth surrounds me. No shadow can hide. Whoever plots in darkness, be exposed and removed. This is a declaration of power. Say it with belief and authority. You are commanding the darkness to leave. Then rest. The act of resting after the ritual demonstrates your absolute trust in God's protection. You have done your part. Now let heaven do the rest. Do not worry about revenge. Heaven has already handled that. Release yourself from the burden of anger and the desire for retaliation. Entrust justice to God, that the result of your obedience and heaven's intervention is not just the end of the old, but the beginning of a completely new life, full of blessings and clarity. Your life will never be the same again. This is a promise of a radical and permanent positive change. This moment marks the end of stolen blessings. This moment marks the death of deception. This is a milestone, a clear dividing line between a painful past and a brilliant future. Her energy will no longer touch you. The negative energetic link has been completely severed. I am restoring your light, your strength, your discernment. 3 crucial aspects of yourself are being restored and upgraded. What was drained will return. What was blocked will flow. What was stolen will be restored sevenfold. This is the law of divine compensation. You will receive back more than what was lost. You are destined for more than survival. You are destined for divine rulership, for impact, for glory. Your higher purpose is being reaffirmed. You are free. She will not touch you again. The final declaration of liberation. You will see her unmasked. God says you are free. And when you do, I will send new blessings, true blessings. After you separate from her, authentic blessings from God will begin to flow into your life. The blessings you prayed for in secret, the love you deserve, the opportunities that were blocked, the doors she tried to close, all will be opened. All delays will end. Your season of divine exposure has begun, and no witch, no curse, no darkness can stop the hand of God at work in your life. You are praised for your resilience. You passed the test of silence. You remained calm, even when under spiritual attack. You still loved. You were still kind. You did not curse her. You did not wish evil upon her. That is why heaven has expedited your rescue. Your kindness and pure heart were a powerful prayer, accelerating heaven's intervention. Now the witch will experience the weight of her choices. Justice is being served. God says, "Vengeance is mine, and now I act." God is the ultimate enforcer of justice. You are not guilty. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are rising, and no power can stop what God is about to do for you. You are chosen. You are protected. You are free. And now she knows it too. This mutual awareness is a critical part of the victory. Be silent, but be aware. Watch, see who suddenly acts strangely around you. Advice for the next phase. Say nothing, just observe. Who becomes nervous when you talk about God? Who avoids your gaze? That is your confirmation. That is your final sign. Specific signs for you to identify. And once you know, walk away. Decisive action. No explanation, no confrontation. Simply remove them from your life. You don't need revenge. You don't need proof. You don't need anyone to believe you because heaven believed. And that is enough. Freedom from the need to prove yourself to others. God's validation is all you need. We have reached the end of this sacred message. But this is not the end. This is the beginning. This conclusion is a powerful call for you to embrace your new freedom and affirm your role in this victory. The witch did not want you to read this message. She fears this message. She trembles at the truth about to be revealed. This message is the death sentence for her power over you. Because once you see it, once you open your eyes, she will no longer have control. Her darkness will shatter, and her power over you will vanish like smoke in the wind. The reason this message came to you today is not by chance. It is because the battle has reached its peak, and God will not be silent. The faithfulness of this moment is reaffirmed. She has tried for years to destroy what is pure, to manipulate time and steal the abundance that was always meant for you. The length and depth of her conspiracy only make your victory more glorious. But heaven does not sleep, and Archangel Michael is not silent. A final reminder of the relentless protection. Archangel Michael speaks one last time, his voice full of authority and urgency. Beloved, you must understand this is not a metaphor. This is not a spiritual poem. This is a divine emergency. Please, beloved, I am not joking. Open your heart within 2 minutes, or everything she has planned will succeed. A final dramatic plea, placing the responsibility to act on your shoulders. I can only intervene if you open up now. Divine intervention requires the permission of your free will. If you ignore this message, if you delay this moment, even the armies of heaven will have to step back, because free will is a sacred law. God respects your choice, even if it's the wrong one. But today, you are given the chance to choose correctly. You are loved by God. You are chosen. You have a crown on your head, even if you cannot see it. Remember your worth. But right now, a dangerous force is trying to tear it off. The threat is real and immediate. This force is not fiction. This is not a metaphor. It is spiritual warfare. She knows that if this divine connection happens, you will rise. So she has planted others to interfere. The witch is trying to block the great blessings about to come to you. Now. Take a deep breath. Exhale. You did it. You stayed. Now breathe. You made it. You saw the message. You did not ignore it. You passed the final test. A word of praise and confirmation for your perseverance and faith. The moment you chose to keep reading, the atmosphere changed. Your spirit has been recalibrated. Your future has been rescued. Your soul has been kissed by divine mercy. A complete rebirth and renewal has taken place. Let's end with the final affirmation, the declaration of your new state. This is not the time for hesitation. This is the time for action. This is the time to claim your victory. Type Amen in the eye. Comments below to seal your agreement with heaven, to declare that you accept this protection, this restoration, and this freedom. Every Amen is a brick in the fortress of your light, a trumpet blast of victory in the spiritual realm. Share this video. You don't know who in your circle is also silently fighting a similar battle. By sharing, you not only reinforce your own protection, but also become a beacon of light for others, fulfilling the mission God has entrusted to you. And finally, subscribe to this channel. This will be your safe haven, your continuous source of strength and divine wisdom as you continue to walk on your brilliant path. The time of darkness is over. Your dawn has begun. Step into it with confidence, for you no longer walk alone.